I drink water and vinegar for, intestines and urinal tract and stuff. So I'd like take a spoonful of it. They're like, oh, gross. Like, you want to try it? I did. Hey there, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Jesse here, and I like to share parenting tips to parents who have problems, have issues, have questions. And my mission is to make parenting fun and easy because I see parents struggling and they make it a lot harder than I think it needs to be. And today we have a different type of question. Like before, we've had a different type of question with the Christmas present. This is another different type of question because this is a stay-at-home dad, and you're getting here the private conversation. It's actually someone that I used to know through middle school, high school, even elementary school. But anyway, so he is a stay-at-home dad, and you see right here, he says, my kids are bored all the time. Right. And this is so common. Parents, especially as we just had the holidays. So your kids are home all the time and you have to, I've heard this several times from different parents online and offline, like, oh, I don't know what to do. We have to think of what to do all the time. Okay, don't worry. Uncle Jesse's here. So here we go. Let's take a look at this question. Yeah, we were on the wrestling team together in high school and middle school. I used to be a wrestler. No big deal. I'm kind of a badass. No. So here's where we start off that it could be relevant to you. She works full-time and a half at 2 hospitals. Wow, that is a lot. So she's not around a lot, and I'm the stay-at-home parent right now because of my health. I hope it's not too serious, and I hope, you get healthier. Focus on your health first. Because one thing that can affect our health, no matter what we have, stress. If you're feeling stress and pressure, and that's one of the big reasons why I'm doing these too, stress and pressure, when we experience that, it makes all of our health, all aspects of our health worse, right? So it's worse than smoking, worse than drinking. Stress is a killer. But so take care of yourself. Follow these. I have some cool ideas to do. Hey, do you have any fun activities I can do with my kids besides book reading and toy playing? Nice. Let me know, bro. My kids are bored all the time. Okay. So first, let me take the time and let you know this. And I want you to take the time for yourself too. Anyone who's in this position, book reading and toy playing. I want you to just congratulate yourself for doing that. I want you to congratulate yourself for, getting out there and getting in there and doing the book reading and doing the toy playing and playing pretend and having pretend tea and doing all that. Well done. Give yourself a pat on the back. Dude, give yourself a high five. That's a total win for parents who do that. Not all parents do this. And I know it can be tiring. There are ways to not make it tiring. We can get into that too. Or as tiring or as exhausting. And we will definitely get into some ideas there. But I just want to take this time to pause and acknowledge you. I want anyone watching who is taking time and playing and getting on the ground and getting on the floor and involved in their kids' lives. That's so important. So well done. That's awesome. So let's get on to first, before I share some of the ideas, how can we make book reading and toy playing not as stale for us? One thing that I used to do, or I still do, right? But I've done it so much that it's become a habit, is I look at what they are learning, how they are growing. Our imaginations are something that is a distinct feature in humans. It's our superpower. And so many times through school, through, society, saying, be realistic and things like that, like our giant imaginations as kids, like get shrunken down, right? And I use this opportunity for me to learn how they use their imagination, because our imagination can create reality. Our imagination can create opportunities. And I want to learn that for myself. So that's one thing that I do. I see what I can learn from how they are playing for myself. That's one. So it's not like I just like I'm looking at my phone or I'm looking at my watch and well, I don't wear a watch, but being like, okay, yeah, another team. We could be that. But here's the thing, the same as like doing the dishes or sweeping the floor or doing anything. If you do this begrudgingly, then you're doing it and it's a wasted effort because you're doing this anyway. Whereas if you take it and turn it around and you find something in there for you, I'm sweeping the floor. Let's see how I can do this the best and make it actually clean and make it, how can I gamify it, in other words, or how can I do it the best, or how can I have fun, or how can I enjoy this? How can I be in the present moment? And a lot of the times it comes down to that, being in the present moment with yourself, with your kids, with the mop and floor, with the dishes, whatever. How can I get to the present moment as much as possible? And then when we do that, things all of a sudden start becoming a little more interesting because there are so many things that we don't realize when we're not in the present moment. So like take a note, like how does my daughter naturally hold the pretend tea cup? Does she stick her finger out? That's interesting. Where does she learn that? I wonder what she's really seeing in here when she's giving the tea to the rabbit, or whatever your case is. So what are they actually seeing? Get in the present moment. How is she sitting? Why does she sit with her right foot over her left foot? That's the same as I do. Is that genetic or, so like you can really get into the moment. Look at her smile. Look at how she's enjoying this. Look at how they're playing together. Oh, look, they just got angry with each other over something. That's interesting. So there are ways that you can be in the moment and observe what's happening. And that's one trick to test and try, right? Get in the present moment as much as possible during these book reading or toy playing. And with book reading, you could, if they're the same books or something, you could start. I don't know if you play guitar. I kind of do, but like terribly. But like I started, playing because here's a good opportunity to stack. We're going to talk about stacking later, but stacking things that you do. So I want to learn the guitar. I'm at home with the kids. Well, rather than saying, oh, I wish I could learn the guitar, but I'm here at home with the kids and I don't have time. Well, yes, you do. Because guess what? You could learn one chord or two chords, but you could even learn one chord, have a rhythm, and read a book to it, or read a page to a book, or something like that. Let me get my guitar. So I'm not going to really play that much, but here's a book, The Bernstein Bears, a classic that I remember when I was a kid, and my guitar. And you could find any chord if you don't play the guitar. If you do play the guitar, then you have no excuse. But let's say the easiest chord, a D. Actually, clean up. The Bernstein Bears, clean up. The Bernstein Bears, clean up. That's just like one chord, right? I'm dumb. Get dumb. Yeah. So I just put my guitar away. Get dumb with them, right? Get dumb with yourself. So that's just one way to use the activities that you're doing and kind of like layer some of your own productivity onto it. Maybe you want to learn, you've been meaning to learn the harmonica. Maybe you've been meaning to learn the guitar. Maybe you do know the guitar and it's been sitting on the shelf, as something you've been meaning to get back around to. Well, use this opportunity because kids love music. This will be a memory you're making with them for a lifetime. Learn a skill, the bongo drum, bum, 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 right? Anything like that. If you have any kind of instruments, turn book reading and toy playing into song time, right? That's one. And let's take a look at some other activities. So some other activities, I'm going to put together a PDF, a list of activities, how to stack them, how to use them, but I'm going to share some here. So let's not forget some of our classics, like the floor is lava. Anything that could be like risky or a little naughty or make a mess or any sort of like non-traditional thing where it seems like they're being a little risky. That's what I want to share with you today. So for one, yeah, the floor is lava. This is a classic. You get to move furniture around. They get to jump and walk on the furniture, and they have a destination. So create like an obstacle course with the floor is lava and different chairs. You've probably already done this before, and you didn't really think about it because it's just something that's been a part of our lives. But things like that are gold because what's old to us is new to them. Even if they've done it before, you could create competitions with it. You could create different obstacles. You could have them create obstacles, that you could have them create courses, things like that around the house, and you don't even need a lot of space. Another thing to go with that, a nice classic, is building forts in the house, on the sofa, on the chairs, right? Building forts with blankets, with pillows, and also you're like, go get your blanket from their bed, right? They're making a mess. Anytime when you can make a controlled mess or do something a little dangerous, but it's under your control, that's cool. Do those. Another classic is, remember in middle school science fairs, you always had somebody who built a volcano, right? And a volcano is super easy, and it's with stuff that most of us have around the house: vinegar and baking soda. Boom. So my kids loved this, and you can take it as far as you go. We didn't actually build a volcano, although that would be cool. But something I did, I took, a little glass. I shared this on my Instagram, I think, and Facebook, but I took a small glass, I put a little baking powder in there, took vinegar, and I had them wear their goggles because whenever we do science, we have to wear goggles, right? In case anything happens. So I had them wear like their little swimming goggles, and had them pour in a vinegar in the baking soda. And then they saw it like bubble out, and it's super cool. And you can do that on like little baking sheets as well. You could do all sorts of cool stuff, like put vinegar into a cup and then put food coloring in it and turn it red or green or blue, and then pour that in there and see like Hulk. Well, if you have two girls, maybe not Hulk, but red and white, and make pink, if you can do that with food color. If they have white food color, I don't know, but experiment, right? Get creative with that sort of thing. Here's the thing about making the volcano. It doesn't have to be like you set it up by yourself and then say, hey, girls, come check this out, right? You can have them, you build it up, have them involved in the process. Hey, can you go get the vinegar? And then even like play and have them smell the vinegar and how gross it is. And then I drink water and vinegar for, intestines and urinal tract and stuff. So I'd like take a spoonful of it. They're like, oh, gross. Like, you want to try it? But things like that first. So you're stacking things. It's not just the end activity. Find ways that you could teach or learn or play on the way to doing the final thing. You know what I mean? And also get with the scientific process and say, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen when we pour this vinegar in here? And then it like bubbles over. So there's that too. So remember the classics. Go back and remember the classics. Another thing that is super, 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 super simple, and everyone has this lying around. I always say as a teacher also, the ball is your friend. Get a ball, throw it. You can do so many things with the ball. Just like how many times can we catch it without dropping it? They learn hand-eye coordination to catch the ball and to throw it to you and not throw it there and there. This is great. A ball teaches so many things without teaching. You know what I mean? And then you could take a ball, take a trash basket, see who can throw it in the trash basket. You can set things up and like do bowling. You could study with it, like counting for like the really young children, counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could ask school questions. Um, what's the capital of whatever? And then if they answer it, you throw it to them. Things like that. A ball is that's like 1,000 games right there. That's just like right obvious right in front of our face, but so many people don't think of it. Another hidden gem that I found, and this goes with the naughty, like feeling a little naughty and scandalous, uh, whiteboard markers. You can get these from the dollar store or any sort of thing. It's like $1 for a pack of 3, maybe 2. I don't know, $2. I don't know, but get whiteboard markers. And the thing about this, you can have them write on, if you have glass tables, write on glass tables. If, write on a mirror, have them draw pictures, write on the mirror, have them do their homework, writing on a mirror. If they have to practice math or practice spelling, whiteboard markers on a mirror or on a window is great because they feel like, oh my God, I can write on this. Like we normally get in trouble, like don't write on the wall, but hey, write on the mirror. It also teaches them boundaries. You can write on the mirror, but not the wall. You know what I mean? So like simple things like this, get whiteboard markers and have them hanging out around the house. And they're super easy to clean. You can actually just wipe them off or take a little spray and spray it off. Another thing I do, I keep egg cartons. I keep all of the egg cartons that I get. And because these kind too, my daughter is super creative and she uses things like this and she paints them, get a packet of paint, like, at the dollar store again or something, like $2, $3, maybe $1. I don't know. Paint and just let them go to town and get creative painting things like egg cartons or milk cartons or whatever. Have them create it. And I'll tell you, one thing that we did, I shared before, is I had all of these egg cartons lying around. My daughter had to go to school dressed up like a surfer or something related to the sea, and she wanted to be a surfer. So we took the egg cartons, put them, like stacked them together and made an awesome surfboard with some cardboard. I got some cardboard boxes, had some cardboard, and then we bought some spray paint and they spray painted the surfboard. That was awesome. So different things like that. It's like once you start doing stuff like this, ideas will start coming in. It'll become a habit, right? And so it doesn't have to be these like grand plans. It doesn't have to be these like drawn out, full planned out weekends. A lot of the time I'm just like, we need to do something a little different. Okay, I'll take this and, like I have some candles that are broken. So I showed them how candles melt. I put it on the pan in boiling water in another pan inside and melted the candle wax and then poured them in molds like cupcake holders. So it turned into like, they look like little cupcakes. They painted them. I have these like whatever shape that is, a mold, and they came out and then they painted them, little seashell molds. They painted them and they can get really creative. My daughter's super creative. She combined colors together to make lavender and things like that. These are just some ideas, and whatever ideas that you take from here, take them all if you want, but take the essence behind it. And it doesn't have to be just like once and done. You can play out. Kids like doing the same thing again and again and again. Do it for a couple days in a row until they get tired of it and then try something else, right? All of the activities in here could last you months of fun because you don't have to do it every day. Just if you want to shake it up and do something a little different, Aside from that, just get creative. You're doing an awesome job. And then the really cool thing, once you start doing this, then your kids could start coming up with ideas to do as well. Once you start saving egg cartons or saving different things, to do these kinds of activities. You have string, maybe you want to make jewelry, or you learn how to braid, or something like that. Then they will start having ideas, and then it starts flowing from there. So that's today's lesson. That's today's video. I hope it was helpful. Thank you for this awesome question. Awesome job. Love seeing stay-at-home dads. Love seeing dads involved. I want to see more dads involved. I want to see more dads engaged in questions like this and ideas like this, and want to be there in different ways for the kids. We need more dads to step up and be parent leaders. So this is amazing. If you have any questions, you can feel free to come into Conscious Parent Leaders group on Facebook. So thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.